Hey, 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 everybody. It's Kim Love Jones here, certified relationship coach. I am jumping on. I'm like, oh my God, I miss y'all so much. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yes, 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 yes. I miss y'all so very much. I am sharing out the live. Yes, I have not been on in so long. Oh my goodness. I am here, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. So, yes, I'm jumping on. I haven't been on in a while. I'm trying to feel better and recoup and get my whole life. That's what I'm trying to do. I've been MIA, missing in action. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Today we are going to be talking about being drained in your relationships. I am sharing out the live, y'all. And I know I'm not, I haven't been on. So I'm just going to I'm trying to share it out. I'm trying to share it out. Yes, it's been a minute. It's been a good little while. I am sharing it out. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, welcome in, welcome in. I want to talk. Hey, 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 Keisha. I see you, baby. How are you? How are you? Hey, Julie P. I see you, baby. How are you? I see you. Y'all, I went away. I went away for a week and got down to good old Florida, down there chilling and got so sick all over again. I'm still not 100%. And I just came back from the doctor, so I'm trying to just get my little life together. I said, let me just go live. I couldn't even get my head. I was under the bed, y'all. I was under the bed, under it. And people was inboxing me and texting me like, Kim, you're not going live because ain't nobody saw me because I was so sick. I was like, oh my God. So I am excited to be back on. I'm excited, even if I don't stay on that long, because again, hey Patty Cakes, I see you, sister girl. How are you, my love? Oh, you in the hospital now? Oh, wow, Julie P. I hope you feel better, my love. I hope you feel better. Yes, hey Patty Cakes, I see you. Yes, and let me just tell you, I don't know how long I'll be on here. I've been coughing and carrying on. It's just a whole mess. Hey, yo, Joanna, I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the heart means. Thank you, y'all. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to hang out with y'all as long as I can. It's just crazy. I just got over being sick, and then I go away, go to Florida. I'm in the elevator. I know that's where it came from, touching them nasty buttons in the elevator, and then all of a sudden I'm down, like boom. I said, "Oh my God, I couldn't. If my girlfriends wasn't with me, I don't know how I would have did it." I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Thank you, Patty Cakes. Thank you for being the title gifter of the rose. Thank you, baby. Take the red cape off and rest. Yes, yes, honey. I needed to do something, and that's exactly what I did. I said, "This is it." Thank you, Patty Cakes, for the roses. Thank you, baby. I see you. Thank you for the donuts, title gifter. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much. Really. Like, this was so much. I'm telling y'all right now, it was absolutely nuts. And I had to teach my class on Monday, and I did that, but it was over. I came home on Tuesday. And I was in the bed all day yesterday. And today, sir, I went to the doctor this morning. I'm like, oh my God, let me get my whole life together. Yeah, listen, I missed y'all. You know how y'all make me happy. I'm so serious. But I just was no good. I was no good for nobody. Nobody know how. I said, "Ooh, Kim, you need to get your life together. I'm having bad hair day, all this. Y'all pray for me." But I wanted to talk about this. Can we have a real honest conversation right now? I happen to be on the phone talking to a girlfriend of mine, and she began to tell me her story about the things that she's gone through in her life, and the things that she's experienced as a woman. And I said to her, at least, I don't think I've ever met, it might be one or two women in my entire life that I have met and talked to, just as friends, or even, clients, right? It might be one or two women that have never had the experience of being touched. That thing broke my whole entire heart all over again. And the reason why I'm talking, I just thought I'd mention that, is because I am going to be doing something around that. When we're young and we don't understand what's going on, and you've had that as an experience, and it literally shapes and it was great. Yes. I think I might know one or two women who've never been. I mean, honestly, maybe one or two who've never had that experience. And it's breaking my heart the more that I think about it. And the reason why this came up, because we were on the phone, we were having a conversation, but it came up again for me. I was just reading something. I saw it on another platform. It doesn't even matter. About this woman and her weight gain and the reason why she gained so much weight, and she just wanted to be left alone, right? And as I was reading it, my eyes began to well up with tears, and I was processing what I was seeing. Can I tell you, I understand why there are some women who would choose the bear. I need to just sit that right there. We're not being loved, y'all. And I want to say this, because of that, and because we haven't gotten that right, and y'all know I talk about healing every single day that I come in here, and I talk about it because I think that it is so important to discuss, right? Some things have been so broken inside of us that it's a wonder that we are even still standing. But your strength and your power and the ways in which we show up, desiring and wanting to pour into someone else, the ways in which we have tolerated and had less than, the ways, hey, figuring it out. I see you, baby. I see you, my love. And the reason why this is so very important, and I need to talk about this today, is because I need us to heal. I just don't need my sisters to heal, though. I need my brothers to heal, too. Because I promise you that even as young men are growing up, they don't understand the damage that is being done. The mothers who coddle their sons don't understand when you don't have a male in the house, how that affects men. And the ways in which men either learn to love or walk away. Hey, figuring, I see you. 500 comments. My God. Thank you. Yes. So understand how absolutely necessary it is for us to begin to heal the parts of ourselves that would have us not only overcompensating in the area of trying to love somebody who doesn't have the capacity to love you back, or trying to love on your kids in place of healthy, mutant, grown relational love. You get what I'm saying? How, hey, Rawlins, I see you, baby. And how much we both need to go run and be on somebody's couch. I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. I'm just keeping it real, because we've been accepting far less than we deserve. We have been in the trenches, and now we found ourselves at this particular inflection point when everybody is hating on everybody. And it's like this whole man against woman thing, as if we don't need, I'm trying to tell you something, we need one another, right? But until you get your head right, and until we get our heads right, and until we begin to do the body of work that's going to help us to heal. Hey, Slinger, I see you, baby. Until we begin to do what needs to be done to do the body of work that's going to get us to the place where we can have healthy relationship, when we can have real dialogue, and we can stop coming up against each other and learn how to love each other. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you, baby. Thank you, Rawlins. I see you. Antoinette, hey, baby, thank you for the heart me. It is important for us to understand that there's a real reason why our central nervous system cannot relax, why we always, as women and men, feel like we have to watch our six. We have to guard ourselves. We have to kind of protect ourselves at all costs. We can't trust one another. Some of that stuff is the stuff that happened to you when you were a child. It doesn't even have anything to do with what a current person is doing. And even when you feel healthier, sometimes we begrudge being in a relationship. We don't want nobody to tell us what to do. We don't want anybody to help us to grow. We fight against one another. We buck against the very person that sometimes God sends in order to help us to become better. Or we buck against the person because the person's not the right person for us, but we insist upon being in relationships with people that are beneath us. It's time for us to do the healing, you see. And stop pointing the finger at everybody else. I wish that I could put up a billboard that simply says, it's you. You it's always you. It's always you that needs to grow. It's always you that needs to step into your power. It's always you that needs to learn how to trust yourself. It's always you that needs to love yourself. It's always you. And a lot of times we blame other people. And the truth is, we just need to work on ourselves. Right? No shade to anybody. No shade to anybody. This is not about shade. It's not about any of that. This is about why we always feel drained. Why we always feel like we're not enough. Why we always overdo it. We have to overperform for people to love us. When the truth is, if we would just love ourselves, if we would take the time to sit with ourselves, to get into alignment with what we know we truly want and need, and stop looking at what the other person is doing. Yes, Patty Cakes, it's always you. It's always me. And I'm not saying this to try to shame or blame. No, this is not about this. It's never about the shame or the blame. It's about awareness. And when we begin to become aware of who we are and how we show up, right, things begin to shift for us, right? So we'll be in a whole relationship and be all the way married, right? And keep looking at what your spouse is doing. Whether it's the man or the woman, it doesn't matter. Your spouse, right? And what tends to happen is that we don't understand that sometimes it's our own childhood trauma that makes us react and respond to the things and the ways in which we do. We don't understand that we need to learn how to love ourselves, how we have to sometimes pause, take a time out, rest our heads, relax our systems, get our heads right, period, so that we can get to where it is that we legitimately want to be, right? But if we keep moving and we never stop for a moment to think about what it is that we really need for our own selves, we're going to always find ourselves in a conundrum. Can I tell y'all? Real talk. Y'all got to change my glasses. I got to change my glasses. Y'all hold on just give me 1 second. Cuz I'm going to have to change my glasses. This is crazy. This is crazy cuz my other glasses are too tight. That's why I don't wear them. They give me like a little slight headache. Yeah, I need y'all to give me. Thank you for the heart, me. Thank you, Hawaii. How are you, baby? I see you. I see you. So the reason why I just think that I needed to discuss this is because you can become emotionally and mentally exhausted. Hey, Tanya, I see you, my love. I see you, sister girl. We can become emotionally exhausted, right? Let me change my glasses. Hold on. Y'all forgive me for this coughing. That's why I was, ooh. Y'all talking about somebody. Tanya, hey, Julicia, I see you, baby. How are you? I got to change my glasses. Okay. All right. Ooh, these are so strong in comparison. So what I wanted to talk about is so we can stop feeling so drained. So drained in our relationships. Of course, somebody calling my cellular phone. You know, the reason why this is important is because I need you to really recognize in real time what's really draining you, where the problem is, what has your heart all jumbled and all over the place. And it's because we're not in alignment with ourselves. And we get into relationships and sometimes we just want to pour all of who we are into somebody else. And we need to find ourselves so that we can get to the place where we really want to be. Because you can't get to healthy, happy relationships if, and in fact, you're not in alignment with yourself first, right? So let me start this with a question. And I want y'all to answer honestly if you can. Have you ever left a relationship feeling emotionally exhausted? Like you needed months just to feel like yourself again. Have you ever left a relationship feeling emotionally exhausted? And it took you months to try to get yourself even halfway together. Yes, y'all, they not suppressing my views, but they not pushing out my live. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try to share this live out because a lot of people don't know that I'm live. And I know it's because I haven't been live in a minute. And I'm not mad because it's been a good little minute. Oops. Okay. All right. So I'm sending this out. I'm sending it out, y'all. Y'all, I'm sharing out the live. Give me 1 second. Sharing it out. They like, wait a minute, where you been, lady? They like, where have you been, lady? We have not seen you on here. And here you come with your shenanigans. And I know I have been just like out of it. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm sharing it out. For those that are new here, my name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. So if you always leave a relationship, or if you've ever left a relationship feeling emotionally exhausted, and it took you months to try to reclaim your energy, not just because you were sad, not just heartbroken, but you were literally drained, like drained. And somewhere along the line, you told yourself, maybe I just love them too much, or maybe I'm too much of this, and maybe I'm too emotional, and maybe I didn't give enough. I want to say this clearly to you. You're not drained because you love too much. You're drained because you love without support, without safety, without reciprocity. And that's a different kind of conversation. What we have to learn how to do, hey G-Man, I see you. Hey DeFirst, I see you, baby. What we have to learn how to do. Oh, Internet, you've been here for 200 days. Wow. Wow. So what we have to learn how to do is we have to learn how to stop blaming ourselves. But part of the reason why we blame ourselves is because we say stuff, we try to take responsibility, because, you know, there's stages to this whole grief, the grieving process. There's stages to this, right? So when you're in the grieving process, at first you're angry, and then you go from anger, and a lot of times you go to, you know, or sadness to anger, vice versa. Depends on where it comes from, you know, the first stage. But because you're now taking responsibility for the emotional exhaustion, the reason why you're trying to do that is because it feels familiar, because you've been down this road before. Because we say stuff like, I should have known better. I stayed too long. I gave too much. But here's the truth. Most women weren't taught how to receive love. They were taught to maintain relationships. They've learned be understanding, be patient, be flexible, be forgiving, be the strong one. And when the relationship falls apart, they don't ask, was this mutual? They ask, what did I do wrong? Can I tell you, y'all, I was away. I told y'all, hey, Seal, how are you? I missed you too. Let me just tell y'all, oh my God. Okay. All right. First of all, I thank God that my girlfriends was with me when I was in Florida, because I don't know how I would have ate or anything. They went and got all the medicine. They made me soup, and they just kind of put it on the nightstand and left me like I slept for like 2 straight days. I was so jacked up. So I really did not enjoy my vacation. I thought I was getting away. I was really just in the bed for like 3 whole days. But anyway, that's a whole nother talk show for another day. One of my girlfriends said to me, Kim, you're so, what was the word? I don't want to misquote her. She said, you're so not hard, but it was akin to hard. That's what she said to me. I said, baby, I'm not hard at all. I just don't play. I don't know about y'all. I probably did need to lay in the bed, Hawaii. I probably did. I probably needed to rest more than I knew. And I was planning on doing that, but not being sick and doing it, right? Planning on just chilling, but No. So here's my thing. When she said that to me, she was so like, I don't know if she was afraid to say it to me, but I listened and I said, what do you mean by that? And she said, no, because you tough. Like, you really tough. And you don't, I said, baby, let me explain something to you. I had to really like give her a good sit down. I said, sweetheart, I didn't wake up like this. Life has taught me this. If you don't stand up for yourself, if you don't understand who you are, if you don't have any boundaries, if you don't have any standards, there was a time I didn't even know what a standard or a boundary was. Like, let's go, let's get it. What is it? Oh, okay, that's what we doing. That's what we doing then. No. You understand? Greetings from Gambia, smiling coast away. Oh, what is the topic of your life? Well, the topic, Lord, what is the topic, y'all? Feeling. Wait a minute. The topic is feeling drained after a relationship. That's what it is. And why we always feeling drained, right? And I realized something that as she was saying this to me, I realized, like, I'm listening to her and I love her. She's a sweetheart, and I want her to be well. But the reality of the situation is like, there is nothing that is hard about me except for the fact that I am emphatic about where I stand. And I learned a little while ago, maybe 10 years ago, that if I don't honor myself, ain't nobody else gonna honor me. If I don't have a standard, if I don't speak my truth, if I'm always trying to be the one to fix everybody else, if I'm praying, I see you, thank you, baby, miss you too, my love. You understand what I'm saying? If and in fact, we run around here and we believe in everybody's going to be so wonderful and amazing to us and we're nothing to ourselves, baby, there's nothing hard about that. I'm not a doormat. I finally woke up. Thank you, praying. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you. And what I'm believing is that some people believe that if you speak your truth and you stand in it, it in some way makes you hard. Wait a minute. You drained because ain't nobody taking care of you up to and including yourself. Thank you, Hawaii. Thank you for the TikToks and I love you so much. You understand? Thank you for the heart puffs, baby. I see you. Thank you. You understand? And so enough with feeling bad. Enough with the excuses. For people, for male, female, doesn't matter. For people who are in your life, who are not treating you the way that you deserve to be treated. Now, the issue only comes in when you don't know how you're supposed to be treated. Thank you, Sheila. I see you, baby. That's when we have these problems. That's when everything is just off the freaking chain. Because thank you, Hawaii, for the populace. That's helping to push out my live, baby. I thank you so much. I thank you so much. When we don't understand our value and our worth, it seems like you're being difficult to the rest of the world, but only because you don't understand how valuable you really are. So if we can keep it real, if we can be honest about what's really happening, and you tell the truth, the only reason why people had access to you in the ways in which they did was because you didn't know your value or your worth. You didn't even know what safety felt like. So understand that people are only treating you the way that you allow them to treat you. Understand that. Thank you so much, Hawaii. Look at you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pushing the live out, right? And so, yeah, Sheila, I'm trying, baby. Because it didn't take me aback because I know her, and I really believe that God has assigned me to her to help her. So I seem like I'm the oddball out, but baby, no. I've been around too many women who have suffered at the hands, and too many men who have suffered at the hands, who have been abused. Both. I've heard the stories. I've heard the stories. People talk to me, you wouldn't even believe the amount of men who talk to me about the things that they've been through as children, and why they are the way that they are, and why they view women the way that they view women right now. They may not even be able to Tawana, thank you, baby. They may not even be able to articulate it for real. But the ways in which they saw their father treat their mother, or didn't see their father in their lives in any capacity, has shaped how they treat women. And the fact that women have been through the same things and haven't, necessarily had their dad in their lives all of their lives, or there may have been some break in the connection. Maybe he came around and picked you up and took you out, but he wasn't in the home, and you've never seen love. So you've been accepting these little pieces and parts of love and trying to put it together in your own mind. You never actually seen it up close and personal. So now you begin to believe that you got to piece together love. Come on, get out of here with that. The only reason why we do that is because we didn't know the boundaries. We didn't know. We didn't know. But once you know, you begin to set things up for your life, and things begin to show up differently for you. And maybe not initially, but you're learning and you're growing with each situation or circumstance. And I'm not just talking about in romantic relationships. How you even interact with your family may change once you end up understanding who you are. Once you end up understanding that you don't have to engage with nonsense, that you really do get to choose what you want for your life, right? Even if it's family, you can love them to Reese's Pieces. But after a certain point, when it's toxic, it's toxic. And you begin to make decisions and say, wait a minute, this is a demarcation point. Like, I'm not allowing you to go any further than this. The only way we're going further than this, and I'm going to allow you to continue to be in my life, is if and in fact you are going to treat me with respect, right. And you have to make, absolutely, Seal, absolutely. And you have to make a decision about what it is that you really want. And that doesn't come from outside of you. But the reality is that when you've been raised a certain way, you believe that you wrong and everybody else is right. And I don't know where that comes from. At what point are you going to check in with yourself? At what point are you going to begin to examine what it is that your heart needs? At what point are you going to make sure that what you need is important? There are so many people who can tell you what they don't want, but then there's very few people that just sits and says, this is what I really need and I really want for my life. Can I be honest? Y'all know, listen, when she said to me, Kim, I think her wording wasn't hard. I'm saying, I'm using the word hard because I forget the exact word she used. But she said to me, because you're not soft. I said, baby, yes, I am. I'm very much in my feminine energy. I said, when I'm talking to you, I'm trying to get you to stand up for yourself. You think because I have boundaries and a standard that I'm hard. Sweetheart, you got the game messed up, my love. You got it all messed up. If I don't feel safe, I have to stand like a soldier. But the moment I can rest in my feminine, you get a whole different version of Kim. So for you to think something's wrong with me having standards, it says to me that there's something still going on in you, sis, and there's more work to do. I need y'all to hear me. Can I feel safe so I can step in? I don't know. Can I feel safe so I can step in? I don't understand what you're saying, Seal. You understand? We got to stop playing. You need to have a standard for your life, both men and women. And if you think by you running around doing anything and everything with everybody and letting people do whatever it is that they want to do in your life is somehow you performing to make somebody like you, baby, you got the game messed up. You got the game completely messed up. And that's all I'm saying. I want to see people win in relationships. Men have been through so much. Women have been through so much. It's time for us to do the body of work that's going to get us to the healthy relationship. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Because who wants to tell themselves the absolute truth about the nonsense that they've done? Not because you want to be sitting in shame and blaming. No, so you can become aware so that you'll change your behavior, so that you'll do the things that you need to do in order to be successful. This is real talk. It hurts. I had one lady tell me, real talk, she's like, I don't have any self-limiting beliefs. No, everything I think, I believe I could do. I said, okay. The reason why I'm bringing that up, y'all, is because the way we think about ourselves is what attracts us and helps us to do the things that we do or not do. What do you believe about yourself? Why is it that you keep blaming yourself for what other people are doing? Why is it that we keep making bad choices in the people that we surround ourselves with? Why do we keep doing that? Why do we do things that dishonor us? What do you believe? Because until you start believing in yourself, until you start standing in your power, until you start standing in your truth, until you know who you are, it will always be a problem. I want to help you today. Because we don't find ourselves in these situations. I don't know what you're saying. Did you have a previous question? Hey, Vincent, I see you. Why do we do things that is right? Would my mom get mad if I got back with him, but she's been through the same, who is now my dad? I don't think that your parents want you to go through the same things that they went through. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't hurt, Coach Kim, because you are speaking truth with love and grace. I thank you, Antoinette. I hope so. I had to be with only myself for a while to do the work. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And can we just start here? Can we just stop here, start here? Can we just, hey, short stuff, hey, little sis, I see you. Can we just start here? Can we just be honest with this? It's not, I don't want you to blame yourself, because here's the truth. Who told you? Who taught you? Who showed you to have a standard? What it really took was for you to get sick and tired of you going through the same situations over and over and over again. And you only know that through like trial and error. Most people don't tell you, like, aren't you tired of allowing people to get over on you? Most people don't tell you that. Because usually the people that's getting over on you don't want you to wake up. It's like they don't want you to change. People like you to stay in that condition, right? So don't nobody tell you to wake up. You just, after a while, get so sick and tired of doing the same things over and over again that at some point you begin to wake up. You be like, wait a minute, what am I doing wrong? Right? And so you begin to grow, right? It's a slow, methodical thing. And you realize that you are the common denominator. That every time something happens, it's the people that are around you, that you are the nucleus to the entire cell. You realize that everybody that's in your life is because you allow them to be there outside of your immediate family, and depending upon how old you are. Yes, you can feed the soul. You absolutely can start a new relationship while in the healing process. But this is what I want you to know, and I'm being honest, that be prepared on your healing journey, right? When you go out with somebody, you're dating, you're doing whatever, right? Be prepared for the real work to begin the moment you get into the relationship. Some people try to avoid the relationships altogether while they're in the healing part, and that's okay if that's how you want to do it, because some people are like, I'm not ready, and some people are not ready. But the other part of that is this: understand that as you're actually walking this thing out, you're going to run into some friction. You're going to be tested. In other words, let's say you start dating somebody and in the relationship and you really like them and you feel safe with them and you feel comfortable, but they do something that triggers something in you, right? Sit with why you're really triggered. Ask yourself, why am I upset? Why is this bothering me the way that it is, before you begin to react and respond? One of the ways that I think a person can know if they're really ready to even get into the next relationship or try to at least start dating again is because you can be honest with yourself and you don't respond emotionally to everything that's happening around you. You sit with it as opposed to react to it. Like, you don't just fly off the proverbial handle, if that makes any sense. You don't immediately run away, right? Does that make sense? You sit with it and say, am I overreacting? What about this is really bothering me? Why is it bothering me? And is it because it feels familiar? Right? What's actually happening right now, without like reacting to run away, reacting defensively, reacting like, with sadness or being silent and never saying how it is that you really feel. Right. There's a lot of things that go on, but this is how you're going to see if you're really ready or not. You said yes, even when you're purposely pushing button. What does that? I don't understand what that means exactly. Somebody is actually, Coach Kim, I feel freedom happy. Wow, Antoinette, really? Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So yes, even when they're purposely pushing. Okay, so thank you, Bless, for the heart me. So why is somebody purposely pushing your buttons? And this is a new relationship. Why? Because if they purpose, hey Diddy, thank you, welcome in, y'all welcome Diddy in. Why is somebody purposely pushing your buttons? Why is somebody purposely pushing your buttons? I need to know that, because if you're in a relationship and and they purposely pushing your buttons, that's a whole different dynamic. I don't understand that. And you know what's underneath that. This is important. If all you were ever taught was how to maintain, oh, not a new relationship, I'm talking family, giving another chance. Oh, okay. All right, I was trying to understand that. Yes. Yeah, well, sometimes if your family is pushing your buttons, I want you to understand something. You're so powerful that you don't have to let them press your buttons. You don't have to let them do any of that. Real talk. Like, people get to do whatever they want to do, but you don't move me. If you're upset, if you're aggravated, if you feel, yeah, you go ahead. And I'll be like, okay, baby, listen, love you. I'm out. I'll talk to you later. Call me. I'm so serious. I really don't engage. You get to not engage. Do you understand how powerful you are that you get to not engage? That you don't have to answer every call to every fight, every argument, every unkind word. Yes. Bless. I can ignore you. Absolutely. Yes. Right? Do you know how much you be like, all right, baby. All right. Yeah, all right. I'll talk to you later. Look, I'm good for that. I watch people completely spiral, and it's not nice because I don't think you're supposed to be getting pleasure from it. But I always feel good when I don't respond or react to foolishness. It always makes me feel good. And that's how I knew I had healed, because I didn't respond. Well, you were, yeah, but until, right. Exactly, Sheila. Exactly. Because I don't, just because you want to act crazy, I'm not acting crazy with you. We're not doing that. Because you don't know how to talk. Oh, okay. That's you. But I love you, though. All right, sweetie, I gotta go. It's as simple as that. When I realized how powerful I was, woo, that was one of my things. And I don't think, yes, it is a victory when you go walk away, because you don't have to engage. You don't have to engage in nonsense. You just don't. You just don't have to engage in nonsense. You just don't. You just don't. You just don't. Period. And if you choose to, then it is what it is. Right? But I know that we've gotten so we've learned and we were taught how to maintain relationships, how to always be so understanding. And again, this is for men and women. It's not just for women. This is for men and women. How to be so understanding, how to be patient, trying to be flexible, trying to always be forgiving, trying to be the strong one. And when the relationship falls apart, you know what I'm saying. We asked ourselves questions like, what did I do? What did I do wrong? It's a lot of blame in that. It's a lot of blame in that. Hey, Raquel, welcome in. We don't usually leave relationships, if I could be honest with you. We don't usually leave relationships, if I could be honest. Because we got just tired of being loved deeply. We don't leave relationships when we're being loved well. We leave relationships tired from carrying all of the emotional weight of the relationship. And that is exhausting. Dewana, I see you, my sister. Hey, Candyland, I see you. Hey, thank you for the heart, my love. I see you. And if you tired of holding the emotional weight of a relationship all by yourself, when it's two of y'all in this relationship, and if you tired, stop doing it. Thank you, Julie P. Right? Like, give it up. Right? Stop it. Right? Just stop doing it to yourself. Emotionally being drained isn't about love. It comes from a place of emotional overfunctioning, a lack of emotional safety. And thank you, Angie, for the heartbeat, baby. I see you. Lack of emotional safety, inconsistency, and carrying uncertainty. Let me thank you for the journey pass. I see that. Hey, I see you, Angie. I see you, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you, Dewana, for the Google. Like, my God. Thank you, Sheila, for the perfume. I see you. Thank you for the heart me, right? One time I was working with a woman who said, I don't know why I am so tired, right? He wasn't abusive, right? But she spent every day wondering where she stood, monitoring his moods, adjusting her needs, explaining herself, and hoping he'd show up. That's emotional labor. You ever been like, I don't know. I can't, I can only explain it this way. You ever been around somebody who, when you around them, right, you feel, when you're around them, you can trust what they say to you. Like, you believe, like, they're transparent. So, in other words, they'll say something to you like this. I'm about to get off work. I'm gonna stop by the store and I'm gonna run and go get something, and I'm gonna run by my kid's house and I'm gonna stop by my mom's house, right? They just told you 4 things you didn't even ask them to tell you. Have you ever been around somebody who was just open with you? They were just honest. They just spilled it all out for you. You didn't have to go through a whole bunch of stuff with them. And you were able to, thank you, Candy. Thank you. Thank you for the button heart. Right? And all you had to do, you didn't have to do anything. They just were open with you. They were honest. They were transparent. You didn't have to like go through all of this stuff in order for you to really know like that they were legit, because they didn't have to tell you all of that. And it made you feel in a real way good, right? And because you feel like you're in this with a partner now. You're not trying to figure out where you stand with them, right? You ever been in a relationship? I'm like that, but haven't really experienced it the same way. Really, is that true? Policies, I see you. Wow. Right? Because this is important. Thank you for the popular vote, short stuff, and Dewana. Thank you, baby. Thank you. And Angie, I see you, baby. Thank you for sharing out the live. I appreciate you. If for a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. If you have to wonder where you stand in somebody's life, if they don't make you a priority, if they're not open, if they're not like transparent, right? You don't want to have to wonder, right, in a real way, who you are or right, or if to them, and you don't have to carry the emotional weight of the entire relationship, because your central nervous system cannot relax. Thank you, sweetheart, for the heart me, right? Like if you're wondering what you really mean or the intentions that a person has for you, that's a problem, y'all. I got a puzzle. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Right? That's a problem. That's a problem. If you have to wonder who you are, if you got to always monitor someone else's emotions to see if you can have a conversation about whatever it is that's going on, if you're keeping it basically surface and you can't have any real dialogue or conversation with them because you don't know how they're going to react and respond to you. Hey, Reese, I see you, my sister. I see you, baby. I see you. Yes, welcome in. You can see I'm sick, Reese. Went away. Thank you, Reese. Thank you for me. You see, and I came on here, y'all, because I was like, I have not been online and I don't know when. It's ridiculous. So I'm on here trying to tough it out. But y'all get what I'm saying? If you have to constantly try to figure out who a person is to you or whether or not you matter to them, chances are they're probably not your person. And we have to deal with the reality of what that really is. Listen, I'm back home now, Dewana. Oh, Dewana says she gonna get on a plane. No, Dewana, I'm fine. I went to the doctor this morning. Girl, you a super fit Candyland. I see you, baby. I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? I'm gonna have to, you know what I'm gonna do? Can I be honest with y'all? I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I'm gonna have to hook up a real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna do a super fans only. I'm gonna do a super fans only, not because y'all know I don't feel good, and I didn't get the chance to do it in this month. I'm gonna do it in the beginning of February, right? And maybe like a week, I should be fine. But I want to do something special, and I'm just gonna do like an hour event for in as many. I think I can have up to 100 people, and be looking for that. Be looking for it, because there's some stuff I cannot say right now. You know, in these TT streets, okay. And there's some stuff that I really need to deal with, for real. And yeah, so y'all look for that. Y'all look for that. And it's only going to be for an hour. I don't usually, wait a minute, what's up with that cough? Do I get, no, you don't need to get on the plane. I just came from the doctor, Dewana. Oh my God, Dewana is going to jack me up. No, I just came from the doctor this morning and I'm waiting for them so I can go pick up my script. Oh, thank you, Candyland. Look, thank you for my goggles. Thank you, baby. But you get what I'm saying? Hey, Shirley Wilson, hello. The reason why this is so important, though, y'all, there's a lot of things I can't. Like, I want to be real and raw, and I can't not here. But when I tell y'all, I don't even know if y'all ready. Thank you, Julie B. I don't even know if y'all ready for this. Because when I tell y'all, oof. And I'm not even going to say anything more. Y'all going to get it. When y'all see it, be there, be square. That's all I could tell you. I will fight you too. I don't want you to fight me. I went to the doctor. My God. She's ready to get on a flight from Washington State to New York, y'all. She's ready to windmill me. Get your life together, girl. Get your life together. Okay, I told you I went to the doctor. So, yeah, but the reason why I wanted to, I need to say what I need to say in terms of understanding emotional labor in the relationship is not all your responsibility. It's not. We have got to stop over functioning in relationships. We have got to. Can I just say this? I'm gonna go off away from my bullet points for a minute. Could I simplify all of this? I'm not saying you're ready for a relationship right now. Maybe you just in the initial healing phases, which is great. Welcome and thank you for being here. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've been a relationship coach for 15 years. I know I'm going to say this to y'all. I'm going to get away from my little bullet points. Let me just say this. If a person is not willing to lean in, if a person is breadcrumbing you, if a person doesn't set their intentions, if a person is good in the beginning, but then they begin to fall off, you're not it. And we're going to spare ourselves a whole bunch of shenanigans. We're going to spare ourselves a whole bunch of heartache. Because as soon as you don't see it lining up, get out of Dodge. Because I'm telling you right now, you're wasting your time and you're breaking your own heart. I know it's easy to blame other people, but the reality is, and maybe sometimes we don't know, but the reality is that if somebody is for you and they want you, they will move heaven and earth for her too. She will begin to do things outside of the ordinary for you, sir. You'll show up and render as important, and you'll know that you're important. She ain't just trying to get over on you. She's not just trying to use you for what you can give her. She sees your value and your worth. She sees that you're coming in and you legitimately care for her. And the reason why I'm expressing this a little more for the brothers is because I need for the men to know, because they be like, oh, but she's nice, she's cool, and men be like, yeah, but I like her because she got a fatty and I really like her. But you need more than that, right? If she not really checking for you, but you done took her out, you done wined and dined her, you done did everything. You know she got kids, you willing to, really lean in, you'll be intentional about her. You say, I love her, or I'm feeling her, and I think I really want to get to know this woman past, the next, 3 months. She seems like somebody I could really rock with, but she's not showing you any interest. Sir, she's not into you. Ma'am, all of my sisters watching, if he is not showing you that he is intentional about you, within the first week and a half, let it go. Kim, you're being ridiculous. A week and a half. Who knows? Baby, it's going to be more than just good morning, beautiful text. He going to be trying to figure out when he going to see you again. He going to be trying to set up the next 10 years of your life when he's intentional about you. And if that man is not intentional about you, baby, keep walking. Keep walking. Lala says 7 to 10 days for sure. Yeah, because when you first meet them, you're going to have a few phone conversations. You met them at the grocery store. You met them wherever. They struck up a conversation. And you're like, oh, can we exchange? They said, let's exchange phone numbers. You're like, sure. Oh, would you, I would love to take you to dinner. Okay. If you don't hear from them, you block them. Male or female. Block them. Stop. Don't waste your time. Don't circle back. Because if you was meant, and maybe they got something going on, that ain't none of your business. But what you don't want to do is continue to waste any more of your time worrying about whether or not that person is your person when they already told you that they weren't. They're not intentional about you. I don't care who it is. My homeboys come, they be like, Kim, I need help with this business thing, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, when you got time, and I'm busy all the time, y'all. I'm always busy. But what I do is for the people who matter to me, I make time. When my sister girls see, Kim, I'm working on something and I need a little bit of help, or, something happened. I'm like, okay, what you need me to do? In the immediate. Depending upon what it is, I'm going to stop what I'm doing in the immediate and I'm going to get on top of it. Why? Because those are my people. When somebody is your person, or you want to, or somebody is trying to incorporate you into their life, you don't have to do cartwheels and flips. Let me just tell you, I don't care what anybody is trying to sell you here on this app or any other app. If a man or a woman is for you, you do not have to do cartwheels and flips to prove over functioning, trying to make sure that they understand who you are and that they know how wonderful and amazing you are. People know, because you know people by their energy. Y'all see what I'm saying? You can tell a lot about people from the energy. So when we sit there and we pretend like we don't see how they moving, we only doing ourselves a disservice. That means if you really about me, move quick, sir, ma'am. That's what that needs to be the language. Because I'm not going to be here sitting around here waiting for the next 5 to 6 years in order for you to figure out if you think I'm worth it. And what we tend to do, men and women, is we overperform, overfunction to get somebody to like you. And I know that this ruffles women's feathers when I say stuff like this. Men, we need to go out to these, $300 dinners. No, you don't. Not to find out if a person is your person or not. No, you don't. You can go out for a cup of coffee and having a wonderful and amazing conversation. And I tell women, this is the quickest way to find out who they really are. Unless, of course, you need somebody to buy you dinner. And that's a whole nother talk show. You understand? Go and get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, go and relax, go and talk. I talk about this all the time. You do not need, and women be like, well, Kim, that might ruffle your feathers because some people want to get a free meal. I don't know. But it don't take all of that. And the truth is, you ain't got to get all dialed up to go out and grab a cup of coffee and get a Danish. You don't. Go in your sweats. Look cute. You know what I'm saying? Look presentable. Don't wear the sweatsuit that you would wear to the laundromat. Wear something cute. Cute little sneakers or something. Look presentable. And go get you some coffee or some tea and have a real conversation and see where their head is at. Because all you end up doing is wasting your own time and then being upset and aggravated because you have officially wasted your time. And everybody on here is wasting time. If all you want to do is get all dolled up, let that be your second date. Because if they can have a real conversation with you without it leading to some crazy conversation about stuff that, because you just met them that hour or 3 hours ago or 2 days ago, and now the very first thing out of their mouth is something really inappropriate, you're going to know when you sit down and have coffee. Or you're going to know from the phone call and don't even waste your time. Can we be honest? So we get into these relationships, right? No shade, because this is not about shame. This is about awareness. And we always have to initiate everything. I was thinking I wanted to go to the movies. I was thinking, I really like going to see Broadway shows. This concert is happening in a couple of weeks. You want to go? Tanya, what you say? Or call me. Right. Right? You're the one always. Thank you, Carrie, for the follow, baby. I see you. You're the one that's always, explaining basic stuff that you shouldn't even have to explain. You're the one that is trying to fix the situation. Oh, what about on Wednesday then? What are you doing on Wednesday? See, there should be none of that. That means that you're doing too much. Because there is, thank you for the follow, Island Mom, because because a part of you is trying to make sure that you pick up the speed or pick up the pace. No, you should be both, like, oh yeah, so what day are you available? Well, you know what, I'm busy on Wednesday, but how about Wednesday at 5? But what about Wednesday at 7? Oh, that, okay, yeah, that works for me. You know, like, y'all are both up for the challenge and the task, right? Because whether it's the man or the woman, nobody should be over functioning to the degree that now you're trying to fix everything and go around and make a way and all of this, and the other person's not making any effort, and they're not even setting their intentions to tell you exactly what it is that they want. And I'm not talking about on the first date, but you notice a certain energy. And if the energy is one-sided, leave that thing right there. It's not for you. Hey, Candace, how are you? Over-functioning often feels noble, like you're doing something great. It looks like love. But what it does is it begins to drain your nervous system. We have to thank you for the follow, Candace. I see you. Right. Thank you for the heart, me baby. I see you. Thank you, Ghost, for the follow. Thank you. Right? If your nervous system is always in disarray, then how are you supposed to get where it is that you really want to be? Thank you, Lady T. I see you, baby. Thank you, Blight, for the follow. Thank y'all for the follows. I appreciate you. If you are doing the most and there is no balance, and the emotional work you have to do in order to get them to understand where you are, what you want, what you need, you're not in love. You're overcompensating. Oh, y'all. Hey, Patty V. I see you, my love. Thank you for the heart, me. Right? If you're doing the most and there's no emotional balance, you're not right. Right. There you go, Tanya. Thank you for posting that for me, baby. When the relationship now ends after you've done all that, the exhaustion finally hits you. And the reason why is because your body stops bracing. Your nervous system kind of collapses. Your mind no longer needs to stay alert. And the adrenaline wears off. When you're constantly trying to figure things out and process, and I'm going to say this to my sisters, you're in your masculine energy. When you're trying to fix, I'm talking to my sisters right now, when you're trying to fix everything, when you're trying to negotiate and figure it out, when you're doing all of the negotiating of everything, you're in your masculine energy. Erin, thank you for the follow, baby. Thank you, Jessica, for the follow. You're in your masculine. When you have to do all of the work to make it work, you're not in your feminine energy. And that's why we have to understand. Thank you, Pillow Rose. I see you, baby. Thank you for the follow. I see you. Welcome in. Y'all welcome in everybody who is just joining us. Pillow Rose, Erin, Jessica. Yes, y'all welcome them in. Welcome them in. Carrie, you new too. Welcome in, baby. Candace is new. Y'all welcome in. Blight, Lady T, of course, is new. Ghost is new. Y'all welcome them in. Y'all know how we give it up. We welcoming you in, baby. We welcoming you in. Hey, Jess, if you new, type new in the chat so we can welcome you in. I just been on my little roll and I haven't been welcoming everybody in, but welcome in, welcome in. Carrie, you say you so kind. Everybody don't think that, Carrie, because they be thinking I be breaking out cans of whoop, child. They be like, she breaking out the cans. Which I did welcome you, Cal. Okay, baby. I just want to make sure. Ray say new. Okay. All right. I see y'all. They be like, she be breaking out cans of whoop. I don't know. Everybody don't think I'm so nice. I try to be as kind as I know how to be, but I promise I'm going to tell the truth all day, every day. I am not playing. Thank you, Candyland. Thank you. Y'all forgive me. I am just a whole mess over here. Everyone landed in the best live and Kim has a lot to teach. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you so much, Patty V. I appreciate you. Yes, I'm trying to feel better. And I haven't been live in like a week, I think. That's why I'm on here. I was like, I gotta go live. I miss everybody, and so I'm hanging in as long as I can hang in, y'all. Because after that, I'm gonna be down. I don't think I'm gonna come back on tonight. I'm usually try to go twice a day, but I need to recover. So I don't know. Sometimes nice is overrated. I will take honesty, and I know that's right. What you say, Lady T? Let's say so. I'm new here. Love your vibe and your frames. Just left in a beauty. Okay, Lalu, I see you, baby. Good for you. Good for you. You stepping into your power, baby. Good for you. Good for you. Stand in that. Stand in your truth. Yeah. So, Lalu. Yes, baby. Yes. Because I know you get tired. You get tired. Yeah, I know, but I needed to show up. I'm like, you know what? People literally inbox me like, Kim, are you going live? Have I been missing you? Like, what is really going on? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you said because her sister is here. I'm good, Dewana. I'm good. I really am. I just got a cough. I'm not going to get on here tonight. I don't think I'm going to get on here tonight. We're going to pray about that. I'm going to see how I feel, though, because if I'm okay, then I'll what you call. One step further, honesty is great, but transparency is even absolutely. Lady T, I was just talking about that probably before you got on. Somebody just telling you, like, I'm doing this, and this. And you don't even have to explain. You don't have to tell them that that's what you need. They give it to you, right? They give it to you. When you finally leave a relationship that you've been overperforming in, when you finally can be still a little bit and begin to hear your own voice and begin to process what you've just went through, you're beginning to come out of survival mode. And it takes sometimes a long time to get away from survival mode, right? Because that's a way that we've learned how to be sometimes from a young age. And because of that, now you got to shift to trusting yourself. Hey, Bobby, I see you. How are you? Thank you for the heart, my love. I see you. And you have to learn now how to get back into alignment with yourself. And that's why a lot of times breakups feel like you are burnt out, right? And I know I went through a period in time after my divorce. During my separation, I wasn't grieving him. I was grieving the actual marriage. I wasn't grieving him. My marriage had failed. And in my mind, that's what I thought. And I was like, oh my God, that's all, it wasn't him, because I knew even at the point of our separation that he wasn't it for me. Nothing worked well in that. But again, I'm not blaming him. I'm owning my part, and I'm saying, Candyland, I see you, baby. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it took me to go through that to realize that there were some things, there were ways in which I needed to grow up. There were some things that I started. You back, Julie P? I see you, baby. There were some things that I started because I didn't know any better. There's some things that I did that contributed to the downfall of my marriage. First, the very first thing that I did that contributed is I chose the wrong man. He wasn't for me. And I didn't even know it. Oh, the doctors needed to talk to you. Baby, I hope you feel better, Julie. I really do. I didn't know. And I was young. And I went head on, and I got married anyway. And, nobody wasn't going to tell me I wasn't going to marry that man. I just knew it was all good, and none of it was. That self-reflection is a blessing from God. Amen. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And the reason why this is important is because we all need, that's why I keep talking about this stuff, because we all need to be self-aware. I wasn't ready to be honest yet. At that particular juncture, I was just in pain. And my grief informed my pain. My pain kept me angry for a while. It kept me angry, but I didn't see yet how I played a role in any of it. So I went through this process, and I think a lot of us do. But the only reason why I'm talking about this is because you need to be aware. Ooh, the ice is just falling off the roof. You need to be aware. All of us do, right? We need to be aware of how we played a role in our own lives. Not for us to be feeling blame and shame. That's not what this is about. You heard it? Yeah, because it's coming off my roof and hitting the ground. All that ice. The snow is melting. But it's important that we be honest with ourselves and we begin to own our own stuff so that we can get to the next level. And awareness brings you to a place of honesty within yourself. I keep saying we are too old not to heal our own trauma and move forward. When you know better, you do better for yourself. Absolutely. And the reason why I'm just making that clear is because a lot of people sit around and they are frustrated and they're angry, and you stay so angry and you live in that trauma and you think, oh my God, they just broke my whole entire heart. And while they were responsible for it, so were you. And if you're going to be honest, like, let's be honest. Yeah, they did you dirty. Yes, they did. They did you dirty. But what role did you play in it? And back then, you couldn't have told me I wasn't a good wife. But I didn't take no crap back then, but I was just loud and wrong in the ways in which I handled things. And I had to grow up, and I had to change. Thank you, Candyland. I see you. Thank you for the roses. I see you, Aviva. Right. We always have to be willing to learn and to do and to change and to grow. We need to be malleable. You know how they say God has put you on a potter's wheel, so he can mold you and shape you into who it is. Yes, let's do that. Exactly. My journey is healing my own stuff for our children and vice versa. Yes. Right. Yes, me too, my man. Me too, my man say, go ask my ex what I'm like. Always learning. Yes. I don't understand what's going on here. But anyway. Hi, Karina. I see you, baby. I see you, sweetheart. I see you coming in the room. The reason why this is all so important is because we have to move from from emotional survival to love. Love feels like calm. It feels safe. It feels like mutual effort. It feels like consistency. It feels like clarity. And it feels like rest. Love feels like being centered and at peace. Emotional survival feels like anxiety. Sometimes our parts as wives is going into survival mode. How do you see that, Lady T? Sometimes our part as wives is going into survival mode. Hey, Steph, I see you, baby. How are you? Love feels like centered. Yeah, like being centered. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I'm just, Steph, I ain't been here. That's why you ain't seen me, my love. That's the only reason why, because I was away on vacation and I got sick and, oh my God. So emotional survival feels like overthinking. It feels like intensity. Wait a minute, I want to read these comments. Hold on. Wait a minute. Because sometimes we have to let things fail or fall and see if that man will step up. And you know what, Lady T? I'm a pin that just for a minute. And I only want to pin this because I need to address that. If he ain't already stepping up, if he not already that man, and I know, hey, misunderstood. Hi, baby, I see you. If he not already, La Luz, okay, baby, okay. If misunderstood, see you, baby. Yes, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the heart me. Listen, if he not already stepping up, what are we doing? We're talking about starting again. And some people are in the relationship and we got to we got to course correct in the confines of the relationships and deal with a lot of things. Like, I get it. But if he won't step up, what's the problem? Hey, Tracy, I see you, baby. If he won't step up, what's the problem? If you met him, it's a new relationship. Or is this an old relationship and you got to let things fall apart now in order to see what they're going to do one way or the other? Is that what's going on? Oh, thank you, baby. Come on, Candy Land. She said, tap that screen. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Yeah, because tapping is clapping, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, okay. That's easy unless you already in the relationship. Okay, Reese said he's no longer an energetic match. Y'all married? Y'all married? I'm asking. Is it a marriage that you're talking about? Thank you, Tracy. How you doing, baby? I see you. Are y'all married? Same thing over and over? Boundaries don't require explanation. They don't. Time to move forward. Come on, y'all. Tap it. Okay. If he shows up after all those years, it feels like manipulation. If he shows up after all those years, it feels like manipulation. I don't know what that means. Right. We got to know what we want. Build it. Oh, thank you, Patty B, for the button hearts. Oh, man, it's a thing of the past. This is not Bob the Builder. Equality for mankind. How are you? Thank you for the follow, Gracie. Hey, Katara, how are you, baby? I see you. Meaning he could have showed up but chose not to. He knew how all those years. Yeah, because what is happening? Something just happened. This thing been glitching, I've been hearing. I said that to say that was part of Oh, okay, Lady T. Okay, got you. I'm good, mama. Leave trash where it's at. I'm learning to be at peace if my dreams don't come true. Yes. Agreed. Now, the reason why, let me go back, because emotional survival, again, is like waiting, chasing, confusion. That's what it feels like. If I don't move in my household, nothing happens. You know, can I, Julie P, I can talk to marriage, right? And I have several times over, and I don't have a problem with it, discussing it at all. I don't have a problem with it at all. It's a different set of situations when you're married. That's why I separate it. When you're already married, my advice is different than if we're talking about healing, or you single and ready to mingle and now you ready to start dating again, or marriage is a whole other can of paint, and we could talk about that, right? But sometimes we pick wrong in the beginning and we expect them to evolve and to change, and that's not what happens, baby. The people are who they are, and if you marry them in whatever the condition was that they were in, like, it takes a lot to undo, because people don't want to change, and you can't marry people and say, oh, now I want you to change. It doesn't work like that. Whoever that person is, whoever they've been, that's who they're going to continue to be. And you know, you bought the cow. You bought the cow. And there's a lot of people who have been married for, 30, 40 years, and better. And they learn to navigate their way through it, right? Because it's different. If you marry that person, like, that's who you marry. Like, some people are not clean, meaning they don't pick up behind themselves. Like, you knew this before you married them. Some people don't wash dishes. They throw their socks on the floor, women and men. Some women don't clean their house. And a man will marry them and expect that they're supposed to change, and all of a sudden become, Martha Stewart. That's not how that works. And you bought that cow, right? So now what you do? We're going to pray. We're going to pray, and we're going to make sure that we align ourselves with what God told us to do. Because if nothing gets done unless you do it, just going off of what you just said, then what you want is you want more participation. You could say, listen, I want us to go to therapy. I want us to go to counseling. They could say yes or no. You may have to go by yourself. The idea is that you continue to evolve and change and become and do and be the best person you know how to be. That's all the advice I have, because I will never direct anybody to do anything other than work it out with the Lord in prayer. When it comes to marriage, and especially on a platform like this, it doesn't even matter what platform it is. Unless we are in session, that's all I can give you. Right? Wait a minute, I got to go back through these comments. Yes, please. Can I talk about marriage? Isabella, what would you like to talk about? Yes, please, with marriage. Every version of them is still there. Yep. My dreams, visions. God is the only one who can change people. Exactly. MR, thank you for the follow, baby. The single you will be the yeah, exactly. With marriage, they start off one way and they become comfortable and change. Marriage is all about compromise, communication, and respect. If you don't have that, don't do it. Agreed. Alignment, yes, pray. Accept the person for who they are and pray, absolutely, yes. And I did everything for that man, and he up and left for a woman at work after 5 years and life growth together. Did you a favor, pumpkin. If they got up and left, baby, they did you a favor. What did you learn about you? I know it hurt, but what did you learn about you? What did you overlook, if anything? What did it make you think about? What were the red flags? Alignment is very important, absolutely. The grass isn't always greener, he gonna find out. Absolutely, most people do. You must be willing to change, especially if it's for the betterment of the relationship. Yes, marriage is hard work with pleasantries. We be married 30 years on fair. Wonderful, Sheila, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Say so. You must be willing to change, especially if it's for the betterment of the relationship. Okay, I saw that. I stopped hoping for an outcome, and that was so free. Yes. Ooh, equality. That's right. That's it right there, baby. That's it right there. It was a gift. I overlooked myself. Self-abandonment, MR. Yes. Please don't change in marriage. Both parties usually don't show up authentically in the beginning. No, people don't change in marriage. Yeah. Well, there is evolution in marriage. You just have to make a choice whether or not you want to grow together or not, or apart. There is evolution in marriage. I'm growing every single day. There's hardly like a month that I can't go back and reflect and look at the breakthroughs and who I am becoming. And on the surface, things look the same, right? But I'm growing in leaps and bounds, even in my own personal life, And like I said before, I've been a relationship coach for 15 years, but the evolution in my own life, just watching myself grow, watching how I handle things, watching, how I'm just evolving. It's mind blowing even for me when I look back over my life. If I look back at even some of my writings from 5 or 7, 8, 10 years ago, right? And look at the way that I think today, I've grown in leaps and bounds. And it doesn't mean that, I don't have more to do. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about the newest version of me being rendered, right? And going through the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows is where you really see the work being done. And how you handle it. And sometimes it's painful, but it doesn't matter because you're learning and you're growing and you're getting better, right? So with marriage, without marriage, no, you do evolve. You do change. And the goal is that you would, but that in the changing that you would desire each other every day and that you would want to get better for one another and even for yourself. And I think people are not accustomed to that. Once you figured out your part and sit in your feelings, you will move differently. Yes. Can you accept them for who they are and who they are not? Yes. Change is a choice, but you got to keep your mind open and know that you don't know everything. Exactly. Yes, growing pains. Yeah, when I realized that was actually growing pains was a real thing. I remember my mother and them used to say that 100 years ago. And I'll be like, that's a real thing. I got to the point where I was like, wow, growing pains. It really does hurt. Because as you're growing, that's exactly, and literally as you're growing, you emotionally, mentally, you like, dag, I messed up. I didn't do that. It hurts. It's literally growing pains. That thing blew my mind when I finally got that. The marriage itself won't change. No, it never does. In marriage, you will always learn something new, and your mate acceptance is a big part. Yes, right. The evolution can be painful, but the learning, the growth is great. Yes, but this man doesn't respect you. Right. And you're married, he's a 9-year-old. Doctor say he's a 9-year-old boy. All right. No, I hear you, baby. I'm not mad. I am not mad at all. I get it. But the reason why this is important I want you to wrap your head around this, is that you see that, and if you're married to them, now that you got a few choices. You could work through it. You're not married. Oh, girl, you're not married. Then what you talking about, girl? You can exit stage left right now. You ain't even got to worry about it. And I'm not telling people to leave people. That's your decision to make. Because respect is very important. Yeah, respect is very, very important. Like, you don't want to continue to stay in something that doesn't honor you, right? Let me tell you something. Love will nourish you. Survival depletes you. Period. So this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Y'all so super dope. Y'all are super dope. Let me see. What is this thing saying to me? Y'all, I have not been live all week. Oh my God. This is absolutely horrible. This is what I want to do. I want to give y'all some journal prompts. Donna, thank you for the follow, baby. Thank you. Thank you for the club. Cheers, Patty V. I see you, baby. I see you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hold on. I want to give y'all some journal prompts. This is a question I got for y'all, right? What was I carrying alone in a relationship? That's one. What was I carrying alone in the relationship? Yeah, I'm about to get off in a little while. I just want to go live for a little while. I'm going to go lay it all the way down, eat me a little something. Here's another one. What did I ignore because I didn't want to lose the connection? What did I ignore because I didn't want to lose the connection? Hey, Chell. Hi, my sister from another mister. What did I ignore because I didn't want to lose the connection? I love you, sis. I'm going to call you in a few minutes because I'm about to get off in a minute. Pretty sweater. I love that. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Thank you for being on. Yes, I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow, more than likely, because I think I've overdone it already for today and I need to take it easy. Sometimes when you sacrifice, sometimes what you sacrifice becomes the sacrifice. Wow. Thank you, sis, for the heartbeat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I want to give you an affirmation. I want you to release the self-blame. I want you to release the self-blame. I will no longer carry relationships alone. Miss Kim gave a spiritual buffet today. Oh my goodness. I will no longer carry relationships alone. That's what it is. I will no longer carry relationships alone. Love is not supposed to exhaust me. Love is not supposed to exhaust me. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet of you to say, baby. Oh, Dixie, I appreciate that. Love is not supposed to exhaust me. And I'm going to give y'all one more. I deserve mutual emotional effort. Oh, that's so sweet, Sheila. Thank you. I deserve mutual emotional effort. I need for y'all to know that. I deserve mutual emotional effort. And if you're not getting that, then you need to get away from that person. Period. We have got to start dealing with people who are intentional about us. And if they are not intentional, we have to leave them alone. Because even in the best set of circumstances, it's not helping us to continue to accept nonsense from people when we know that we deserve so much more. Hey, OG Pool, I see you, baby. Emotional effort. Yes, baby. Yes. Absolutely. Let me tell you what changes when you stop overgiving. Attraction changes. Tolerance changes. Boundaries strengthen. Exhaustion fades. Thank you for the heart, me baby. I see you. Peace becomes the goal. Clarity comes sooner. Let me tell y'all something. When I talk to y'all about setting boundaries, right? Y'all know how I'm always like, a lot of people ask me this when I go live. They go, Kim, so like, how do I forget how they frame the question, but they usually ask me like, how do I get to self-love, something in that arena. And I tell people all the time, it's a simple thing. It's like choose one thing that you know that you got to do for yourself, right? And in order to get to self-love, people think that it's complicated. It's really not. Self-love doesn't just look like bubble baths and long walks and shopping sprees and vacations and all of that. That's wonderful. Do what you want to do with that. That's wonderful. The issue's not that. That's a beautiful thing when you can love yourself, when you can do those things. What self-love really truly looks like is honor, integrity, boundaries, peace, intentionality, right? So a lot of times we want things from other people, but we don't give it to ourselves. And that therein lies the problem. So we keep seeking other people. Thank you, Lisa, for the heart, me baby. We keep wanting other people to love us and give us and do all of these things for us, and we need to get it for ourselves, right? And I tell people people, I know it seems too simple to even like you're like, Kim, it's not that simple. I'm like, no, it really is. You know how we complicate everything? Everything. We gotta complicate everything. We complicate everything. It's not like stop complicating stuff. I'm just telling you, thank you, Lisa, for the heart pop. Someone who doesn't have those boundaries, does not have love, does not love your or themselves. It's a choice. No, it feels, MR, it feels like it's a choice, but some people don't even know that they don't have it. Because people can, people have money, and people can be distracted and stay distracted, right? And people just keep, going through life, just coasting through life, and they got a good job, and they got a nice house, and they got a nice car, and they could buy anything they want, and they could, you understand? It's like, that doesn't mean that you're dealing with what's going on inside of you. So I hear you, and you may say, oh, it's a choice, and it might be, except that you don't even realize that it is. Like, if we're going to be honest, let's be honest, because what a lot of people do is they believe that if I go to the LV store and I go and do whatever, that, yup, I'm good. Look at me. I love myself. Look at my suit. Look at my outfit. Look at my house. Look at my car. Look at this. Look at that. And I'm Gucci. And so a lot of people get caught up. And what they miss, and they be like, well, why can't I find somebody to love me? I'm a well put together person. I work on myself. I do this. I do that. And why? And why? And then men can't figure out, for all the tea in China, why they not attracting the right type of women to them. They keep meeting this low hanging fruit, but they keep doing some of the same things that would make them meet low hanging fruit. Like we got to make it make sense, right? And we can't figure out where the disconnect is. The disconnect is self-love is about integrity. It's about good character. It's about honor. It's about truth. It's about responsibility. The list can go on, right? And so a lot of people don't even understand in a real way how they keep getting jammed up. But I do love myself, Kim. I love myself. Really? Okay. So you love yourself, and I want you to love yourself, and I want you to believe that you love yourself, but self-love looks like this. I'm going to honor myself. But can I honor myself all the time? Like, do you? Do you tell yourself the truth? And it's not difficult. The last relationship you were in, the last time your cousin called you and your cousin needed something and you wanted to tell your cousin no, but you said yes. And you knew that you weren't helping your cousin, but you just kept, well, that's your cousin and you love your cousin and you do blah, 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 blah. And so you're just going to keep moving right on along and you're just going to keep, all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. But I love myself. Baby, if you're not honoring yourself, then you don't. And if you think other people don't feel the energy of the dishonor that you have for yourself, then you are mistaken. Thank you, Pumpkin Dimples. Dimples, I see you. I legit just started and I had to mourn all the time I wasted, then move on. Yes. And you know how many people are running around? I love myself because I got the baddest. I got on Christian Louboutin red bottom shoes. Really? But every time they turn around, they abandon themselves. Because everybody else becomes more important to them when it comes down to relationship. Because the last time they met somebody who even said hello and paid them any amount of attention, everything that they said they were standing on in terms of business went flying right out the window because, oh my God, look at her. Is she fine? Look at him. Woo. And the next thing you know, you're bleeding out on the side of the road all over again. Do one thing that honors you, and then wash, rinse, and repeat. It's not hard. We complicate it. Stop abandoning yourself for the sake of a relationship and learn to love yourself. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you for the kissy heart. I love that. You understand? And I keep telling people when I get on and I really, I'm saying what I'm saying, I keep telling people the same thing. It's not difficult to begin the process to real self-love. And it's not the things that everybody think that it is. Sometimes loving yourself requires that you release some of that pain and really sit with yourself and ask yourself some hard questions about where you are and why you're there and why do you keep ending up there and why can't you meet the person that you need to meet. Can I be honest with y'all? Can I be honest? Let me just whisper this because I don't want to be too loud. Let me just say this to y'all. Some of y'all mean as a damn rattlesnake. But y'all ain't heard that from me because I ain't one to gossip. And you can't, and you're not honest. Some people don't even keep their house clean. So you mean, and if anybody came up to you, even if they were attracted to you, male or female, you would probably run them off. Donna said, oh my God, cleaning now. You are hilarious, Donna. That is hilarious. And trying to navigate your way through this, but you won't deal with the pain that's underneath all of it. And yet, we want somebody to push past all of our pain. And the last person who hurt us and did us dirty. Exactly. Exactly, Lee. Y'all get what I'm saying? Can we be honest? And then we blame it because they hurt us. They did. They did us dirty. Oh, you leaving, Julie P? Okay, baby. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Right? But if we won't be honest with ourselves, what do we expect is going to happen? And let me let y'all in on another secret. Let's go lean in for this one too, because I don't know if y'all ready. If you think that they can't feel your energy, when you lack confidence or you don't feel good about yourself, you're mistaken because they can. That doesn't be, what, OG Pool, you're going to make me say something else. My aunt, I used to have an aunt. I love my aunt, my mother, one of my mother's older sisters, right? That woman was mean and rattlesnake. When I tell you she was mean and rattlesnake, and you know what I found out? Is having boundaries don't make you mean. Because I have boundaries. but I'm not mean, right? I'm not, I guess, I guess it's a matter of doing things with the posture of love as opposed to this sternness. And what I found out is that you could just be just as loving and kind as you want to be and not let it make you like defensive, even though you're standing on business. You know, sometimes I tell people no, and they be like, Kim, I'm like, I'm just not going to do it. I love you. I'm not doing it. And that's the answer. However you want to take that, I'm sorry. It's not like, baby, I love you, but I'm not doing it. Bitter is different than boundary. Right. Just don't do repeating the things I've told. Oh, right. Right. Because it doesn't even have to be a conversation. You know how you just, like, you in the kitchen and you cooking something and somebody walk up to you and ask you something, like one of the kids or whatever. I don't know if you got kids, OG pool, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like, and they talking to you and you already told them no. You don't told them no like 17 times already. Like, so now you're just gonna be like, baby, so hand me that butter out the refrigerator. Thank you. There's no reason to have like a whole big conversation around that. Real talk. It's like, yes, it's right, assertive and aggressive, big difference. Like, you don't even respond after a while. You be like, they just talking and they gonna keep talking, but I don't have to respond. That's what I was talking about earlier when I first got on. You get to this point when you begin to realize that just because somebody is doing a thing, good or bad, whatever the situation may be, doesn't mean that you have to engage in it. You get to move how you want to move. You get to show up in love, peace, joy, happiness. In fact, you get to show up and give people the business if they so rightly deserve it. If that's what you want to do, I choose not to. We really truly get to choose what we desire for our lives. You just don't have to be all caught up and engaged in everything. And it doesn't make you mean. It just makes you clear. I was telling y'all earlier, for those who were not in the room, that one of my girlfriends literally said that she thought that I was hard. Well, it wasn't a word. That wasn't the word she used. I'm just saying it because I forget what she actually said. And she said, Kim, you could be so hard. And I said, no, baby, I'm not hard. I'm clear. I'm clear. And I'm not wishy-washy about what it is that I want and need for my life. And I'm showing up in love and in a loving way. No, you used to kowtow to other people and what other people. No, I don't move like that anymore. I used to move like that before I knew my value and my worth. Thank you, Salem. Yes, you were drained. Yes, baby. So you have to stand in your truth. And maybe you are, Patty. Maybe you are. And maybe that's an area that you can work on. And when she said it, I initially had to sit and think about it. Hey, Coach Chantel, I see you, baby. Thank you for the heart, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, you know, I had to literally sit with it for a minute and process, and I listened to what she was saying. But part of that is really, truly rooted in the fact that she doesn't know how to say no. It has nothing to do with me or my standards for my life. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. You understand? And when you're clear, you don't even have to be mad about it. And I'm only telling y'all that because I want you to stop overgiving. I want you to stop, like, exhausting yourself, right? Everything in your life changes when you stop trying to give everybody everything and nothing to yourself. Y'all, I'm about to roll up out of here. Y'all, I'm on fire. I got something I want to do for y'all special. I'm going to check with my sister girl first before I do this. Because when I tell y'all, thank you, baby. Dixie, I'm glad you was here, baby. Oh, much love to you. Listen, I want to say this to you all. I want to do something special. I want to run it by my homegirl. Thank you, Coach Chantel. Thank you. What's league ball? I never saw that before. Thank you for the league ball. It was very nice to meet you too, Donna. Bobby, I see you back in the building. Listen, I want to do something special for y'all. I've never done this before. I want to check with one of my girlfriends. She just was on here. I don't know where she went. She probably just got on for a little while and sent me the heart me, and then she might have got off. But I'm going to run this by her. I want to do something really special for y'all. And the reason why, I just got to make sure that it makes sense, right? But y'all going to know because I'll let y'all know by tomorrow, or I'll let you know by tomorrow or whatever. Pumpkin, I'm so glad you here, baby. I'm new here, but here to stay. Listen. Yeah, baby. I'm so glad that you came and you are part of it, part of this family. Y'all make sure that y'all lock in with Pumpkin because, we love it. We love on everybody when they come in the room, but sometimes I be on the road. And like today, y'all pray for me. I work from home and don't always catch you, but thank you. Sheila, I haven't been on, my love. I haven't been on, I don't think, in a week because I really was sick. I'm supposed to be on vacation. I play too much. How you go away on vacation and get sick? And then I come back to the frozen tundra. I'm like, oh my God. Right? I play too much. I was laying by the pool looking crazy because I was looking sick. Once I stop over giving, wait a minute. I have seen how people, yes, my love. That's it. You said you was looking for me. Yeah. I know. Yeah, because I wasn't feeling good. It's so crazy how I go away on vacay and I'm sick. And I'm going to go away again because I got sick this time. I don't know when I'm going. I don't even know if I can afford to go. I play too much. Like, you can't be going on vacation and getting sick. But my whole vacation was ruined. Well, I shouldn't say the whole vacation. I went to like 2 restaurants while I was there. But most of the time I was in the bed. Yeah. But thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm going to go and lay down in a minute because I got a headache and I'm going to go pick up my prescription from the pharmacy. And then I'm going to come on back. Oil of oregano. I know. Everybody is talking about that, Donna. Yes. You said cancel that vacation. Listen, Amy, say so, baby. Say so. God going to work it all out. It's going to be worked out so I can go and enjoy myself. Yes. So listen, y'all, it's been real. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank y'all for being supportive, for tapping, for sharing, for sharing, for loving on me, for gifting. Y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are awesome and amazing. And yeah, Seal, you see what I'm dealing with, Seal. You see it. Listen, I will talk to y'all mañana. Y'all be blessed, right? And I'm praying for y'all. I really am. I want God to bless y'all just like I need to be blessed. I want him to bless y'all too. All right. Y'all be blessed. All right. Bye-bye.